Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany if you're new around here. Today I'm just gonna really excitedly and quickly welcome fall by doing the Finally Fall book tag. No one has tagged me in this because I feel like people don't really tag specific people anymore. They're always just like, hey, if you haven't done it, do it. So I haven't done it, and I've watched a few, and I love fall and I love tags, so why not? I'm not sure who created the original tag, but if I can find it, I will absolutely put it in the description down below. So with that said, question number 1 is, in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. Okay, for this I chose The Snow Child by A.O.N. Ivy. This book is set in like rural Alaska when it was like still being developed, and the setting is so vivid that it's almost a character in the book. It's so important and integral to the story, and this is such a beautiful winter fall read. It's absolutely underrated. I don't hear enough people talk about it, but I think I chose it for a book club pick like a few years ago, and I still think about this book and I kind of want to reread it. But yeah, if you're looking for something with a very clear mental image in your mind of frozen, undeveloped Alaska, with a woman and her husband settling it and kind of trying to work the land and make it a home, absolutely recommend The Snow Child. Question number 2, nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. So the first book that came to mind is one of my favorite books of all time. I don't own a physical copy of it, sadly, because I did listen to the audiobook, and I do need to buy a physical copy of it because it's something that I want to reread and let people borrow. But that is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. This, of course, is very popular. It's been around for a few years, what, like 5 years now. And if you don't already know, just quickly, it is about the time during World War II. It's set mostly in France, but there is like a dual point of view between a young French girl who's blind and a young German boy who was kind of recruited into Hitler's youth, and it is just full of what you would expect from a World War II book: sadness, loss, grief, moments of hope, and at the end, you know, just some really beautiful but hard things happen, and it's just absolutely lovely. And it handles different types of grief and different types of loss, and I think that it's just told so beautifully that even though it's set, you know, back in World War II era in a totally different country from where I live, as someone who is dealing with a bigger loss and bigger grief than I had previously, and kind of identifying with one of the characters, I can say that now, you know, thinking back on it, it's even more accurate than I could have previously understood. But also, most importantly, it's truly one of the most beautifully written books that I've ever read. Question number 3, fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. I also don't have a copy of this on hand because I listened to the audiobook, which I highly recommend. But the answer for that is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. And I think President Obama had this on his like reading list one year. But it's nonfiction, of course, and it really is just like a very brief summarized history starting as far back as possible, and then kind of going over the evolution of what became Homo sapiens, where we came from, and how we've grown, the positive things we've done, the negative things we've done, and just all of the ways that we've evolved. And it's a really great read. It's nonfiction, but the writing is still really gripping, so still recommend that. If you're not really into nonfiction, especially like more scientific nonfiction, I think it'll still work for you. Okay, question number 4. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family or household that you'd like to be a part of. This is especially difficult right now with the pandemic still very much going on full blast here in the US, and especially where I live in Alabama. So sometimes we just have to settle for a fictional family or crew. So my answer for this one, it just came to me immediately, and although I read this book like 7 years ago, I still feel so close to these characters, and that is Kelsier's gang crew from the Mistborn series, specifically the Final Empire. I love this book, obviously, but seeing Vin, who's been an orphan and alone since, you know, her brother is gone, seeing her really become part of this found family, you just kind of feel like you're also becoming part of this found family, and it's just wonderful. It's like all these like different types of people, and some of them are so brutish, but they're actually not. I mean, it's basically like the novelized version of that I Have a Dream song from the Rapunzel movie, where they're all like really tough, but then they collect like unicorns and stuff. But I think I would absolutely thrive as being part of this. I would learn so much, and I would just feel safe all the time, as long as it's not in the setting of the Final Empire. Question number 5. The colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall colored spines. This is kind of fall colored, right? It's fall colored for me in my fall. Question number 6. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. I don't think I have a physical copy of this one. If I do, I've lent it out, but I probably just listened to the audiobook. But immediately what came to mind, because it is such a story within a story, that is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and this is of course the first book in the Kingkiller Chronicle. It is incredible. It stars Quoth, and he's also the narrator. So he's older at this point, and he's in a bar, and he is telling his story and the events that happened to someone who has to write these down for records to be kept. So yeah, it's wonderful, and the whole time you're like, is he embellishing? Because he is an embellisher, but that really just adds to the story, because you're like, he's kind of unreliable, but you know, you don't know how wonderful he really is and how much he's just saying he is. Question number 7. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark and creepy read. I do own this one, but I'm pretty sure I lent it to my friend Jackie, but I talk about this book, I feel like, a lot on this channel so far. But that's The Broken Girls by Simone St. James, and this is like kind of ghost story, kind of like modern day murder mystery, because it kind of goes back and forth between timelines, and it's just so enjoyable. The setting for both the murder and then like the past storyline is in like a girls' school that's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and like kind of spooky, and some questioning things are happening. And then the present day, we're with our main character, who is a girl whose sister was murdered, and her body was found on the premises of that school. And so it's just her trying to prove who she thinks really did it so that he can face justice, but it's also dealing with like that whole second storyline, and like real ghosty and creepy, and like it's the perfect amount of spooky for someone like me. Question number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. For this, I'm gonna go with I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu. This is just adorable. It's very quick read. It's YA, and the font's really big, so you could literally read it in like one sitting, but it is adorable. It's like a little YA romance, but the girl is Korean American. Her father's from Korea, and they kind of bond because of his love for K-dramas. And one day she is like, I'm tired of like everything in my life being good except for I cannot get a boyfriend. She's like very successful academically and then like other things that she tries, but she decides, you know, I'm gonna write down I'm gonna binge watch and write down what the main female love interests do in K-dramas to see if I can apply these situations to my life and kind of facilitate me getting a boyfriend. So it's really funny and cute. The love interest is cute, the main character is cute. It's just very heartwarming. Number 9 is fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. So this one I am going with a series that I would like to return to because I need to get caught up and finish what's out so far, and that's going to be the Gentleman Bastard series by Scott Lynch. So the first book in the series is The Lies of Locke Lamora, which is one of my like all-time favorite fantasy books, maybe even all-time favorite books. And so I need to read the next book, which is Red Seas Under Red Skies, and this picks up with John and Locke on a ship. I think it mostly takes place on a ship on the ocean, but it's so big and so intimidating, so I just like haven't. But I'm really missing Locke and John and their relationship, and just like how crazy the scenarios they get into are and how nothing ever like works out or ends like you think it's going to. And I think fall is, you know, I think most of us agree it's the perfect time to dive into big fantasy books. Okay, number 10. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. I guess I would say mostly I usually always wear some kind of sweatshirt or a cardigan, and I like it to be colder around me so that I can be snuggly. And then I also usually have a warm drink, so I would say one of my favorite mugs, which I have like so many mugs that they don't fit in my cabinet anymore, but I like to keep one with, you know, coffee or hot chocolate or whatever on hand pretty much no matter the time of day. And then other than that, I would just say I like to wear socks. I have a number of things that cause me to not be able to regulate the body temperature, my body temperature, so a lot of that heat escapes through my feet. So I do like sleep in socks and wear socks to feel cozy, and I collect like novelty socks, so like none of my socks are just plain socks. Like the socks I have on right now, I don't even know. Those are from Madewell, I think. But yeah, I have so many socks, and my friends always get me new ones for my birthday and Christmas and stuff. The last question or prompt is spread the autumn appreciation and tag some people. So I am gonna tag people. I'm just off the top of my head, if you haven't done this, please do it. If I tag you and you've done it, let me know so I can watch it. People I can think of. I don't think you've done it over from Sydney Evans. I would absolutely love to see your answers. I just know that you'll have some good recommendations in there. And then Kayla from Literature Reads, she's already the most cozy person who makes the most cozy videos, so this feels like a very appropriate tag for her. And honestly, anybody else, if you're watching and you haven't done it, I would absolutely love to watch your tag. I love tags, and especially this tag. So yeah. Okay, well that was the finally fall tag. Thank you so much for watching, and if you do this tag or you've already done it, let me know. I would absolutely love to watch it. And if you have any other fun tags or fall related videos, tag me or let me know. As always, my other socials like Twitter and Instagram are in the description, as well as the people that I mentioned or tagged. So yeah, if you want to see more videos of me talking, please feel free to subscribe. I would so love to have you and love to talk to you about anything. So yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon, hopefully in another video. Until then, I hope you guys stay healthy and safe and well. Bye.